Hello YouTube, Who's Your Archer here. Quick video, just want to show you a few pieces of gear that I want to highly recommend. Okay, the first thing is something that I wear every single day when I'm out and about, whether that's at work or out in the field. As maybe a lot of you other fellas and gals out there do, I keep a lot of things in my pockets, and I wear cargo pants even a lot, and I put things in my cargo pockets. If I have pockets on anything, I put stuff in it. Well, one of the things that I utilize to keep my pants on are these Perry suspenders. This is a pair of Dickies. These are from my work. I predominantly only use these at work because I have to wear black everything pretty much as part of the uniform. And I get asked oftentimes at work, why do you wear suspenders all the time? I hate to have to stop and pull my pants up every 5 minutes like I see you young guys do. But they don't wear belts, so. But you know, even with belts, when you have things in your pockets, and Perry suspenders, they're actually made to slide onto your belt. Let's get that lined up right. There we go. They slide up on your belt. You have to have a belt loop in the center of the back, so that these two on this single one, they're Y suspenders, and this single one goes on each side of that back belt loop. Jeans have a back belt loop. Lots of pants do. Some don't. Some have two like this, and this will go between those, so it'll still work. But it works best with a belt loop going through there. And these in the front are just single loops, and they'll go wherever they. I like to put them as close to the belt buckle as I can, but without, you know, right up against it. But I have a pair of jeans that's got belt loops like this on each side of the belt buckle, and I put it between those, and then it doesn't slide around. But these cost less. I believe you can get them for $10 or less, and I think they're worth their weight in gold as far as how effective they are in the things that they do. Now, I like to eat. I think that's pretty obvious. Although, I don't eat as much as I used to. I am in a lifelong pursuit to be fitter at 60 than I was at 50. And so far I'm getting there. I'm a lot, well, to put it bluntly, I've lost the weight of another human being. And want to be scared, I've lost the weight of a full-grown man. I used to weigh well over, well, let's put it this way. It wasn't exactly in the middle, but it was somewhere between 400 and 500 pounds. Because I used to do two things. One, I would make enormous meals at home, and there'd only be one or two people there, and nobody would take leftovers with them when they left my house, and so I would have all that food to eat. Well, I would eat a large meal with them, and I would eat the leftovers. So I was at home, I would, you know, and I was a good one for going to buffets and to going to restaurants that had all you could eat specials on certain things. And when you eat all you can eat, you will be as big as you can be. It's logical. I do have some tips and tricks for losing weight, and if you're interested, I will share those. They are not common knowledge. They go against some of the common wisdom. They definitely go against the food pyramid, But I'm not going to talk any more about that. But I carry this in town or in the bush. I hate plastic flatware. And in here I have my titanium spoon, and which is a Tokes, and I have titanium chopsticks from National Geographic, no less. I think I paid less than $20 for this, and I think I actually paid, I think I got it on sale. I think that's why I pulled the trigger on it. I want to say I paid less than $15 for it. These I paid $19.95, and that was with free delivery. And this case wasn't really made to hold more than the chopsticks, but I found that the spoon fit, and that the Velcro flap would still seal. So they hop along Cassidy's with that. And that, everything being titanium, and that being lightweight Cordura, and that's paracord without the core, I believe, is the strap, and it doesn't weigh very much, and you eventually even forget you have it on. And now, also I want to talk about this hat. This is a Real Deal Brazil Cuba Libre, and I don't know if you like the way it looks on me, but I do, and I'm the only person I have to please with what I wear. But one thing about this hat is very, very odd. When it's just starting to get hot, this hat is very cooling, and it reflects the sunlight a little bit and doesn't absorb a lot of heat. But if the breeze dies down and these ventilation holes don't catch any breeze, this hat will start to warm up. One thing that I would suggest they do with these hats is put in the bigger ventilation rivets with the mesh on them that keeps things from getting in but doesn't stop the breeze from getting in and lets in more breeze. But this bill works wonder. If you can see, the light overhead is completely blocked out from my eyes. But it's, I think they call these cadet hats in the fashion industry. I think you can tell from the fact that this is my little ice cooling thing is in the front, that my apartment's actually very, very warm today. We had a real feel heat index of 97 today. It was like 90, and then because of the humidity and the lack of breeze, the real feel was like 96. The last thing, there's been a lot of talk about knives in the bushcraft community. And a lot of guys buy really, really expensive knives, and then they're afraid to use them. That's why you see so many people in the bushcraft community that when you see them at a get-together, they've got this $400 or $500 knife on their belt. But if you see them at an actual, like when they're out doing a video or they're out showing you something, they've got something like a Mora Companion or a Mora Robust or a Garberg. And now those Garbergs are getting up there, towards $100, but still, that's still cheaper than the $400. And they have confidence in the expensive knife, but they just can't bring themselves to put the heavy use to it because it costs so much. Well, I found by happy accident an EDC knife that I couldn't be happier with. Didn't have anything to do with, I wasn't even shopping for a knife. I needed to buy a backpack buckle replacement repair kit. It has more than the buckles in it, but I had a Cabela's pack that some of the buckles had broken. I found it at a thrift store. I wanted to repair it. Anyway, I decided to take a look in the bargain cave, and I found this. This is a Kershaw 3/4 ton. They have the half ton, the 3/4 ton, and the full ton EDC pocket knives. Well, they just call them pocket knives. But I think one thing that's absolutely, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to use sort of antiquated language, but just neat, is the way they did this pocket clip. Box end wrench, open end wrench, offset just like the wrench is. Now that, if you ask me, was just artistic brilliance. I mean, it really isn't a wrench, but you know, it's named after a car, or actually a truck sizes, and then they do that. That just made me smile. And the fact that the blade is legal carry just about everywhere, except for the fact that it's a liner lock and it can be opened with one hand, and I think that's illegal some places. But the length, but if you look at that blade, it's got nice width, it's got a nice primary bevel, and then the secondary bevel of the edge. This thing takes and holds an edge remarkably well. I saw a couple reviews for this after I bought it, and they said that the one-handed opening was kind of awkward, and I've never had a problem with it. Perhaps the person that did it is just a little clumsier than I am. I don't know. But I just see that. I just opened it and closed it with one hand without any problem at all. Now, this wasn't made to be a bushcraft knife. This was made to be, well, a country boy's pocket knife, that he would do whatever he needed to do with it. Well, that's pretty much the same thing as a bushcraft knife, but I'll tell you a little something that I just found out. There is a 90-degree spine on the back of this knife, and it will strike a ferro rod. And I didn't think to bring one to show you that it would do that, but it absolutely will. And when it's freshly sharpened, it makes fantastic curls, feather sticks. And it's very comfortable in the hand. There is a little bit of a hot spot right here, but I mean it's minor. There's no jimping on the back of the blade, but there's texturing on the back of the handle so that you can put your thumb there, and it gets very good purchase. These sell for less than $20, and I got this from the bargain cave. They were just having a Kershaw Cabela's combined sale on these, and I got this for $8 plus, I want to say, an additional 50 cents shipping. And I use this every day at work, and I use this every day in my day-to-day life, and it rides comfortably in the pocket. This is a very, very assertive pocket clip, and it seems to be very strong. I've had this for almost a year now, And some of the cheaper knives that I've bought in the past, within a year, their pocket clips have failed, and this thing, due to metal fatigue, and this is as strong. I'm going to buy some more Kershaw knives. This was actually the first Kershaw I've ever bought, and I'm really happy with this. So I'm going to look around. As I understand it, the half ton is no, the half ton is a liner lock. This is a frame lock, I think. I think they call this, but maybe this is a liner lock. But forgive me, I did only read this once, and it was when I first got the knife. The half ton and the 3/4 ton are liner locks. The full ton is a frame lock. The full ton is bigger than this one. This one is bigger than the half ton. Oh, I forgot to tell you, these inserts on the side have some give to them. They're kind of like hard rubber, and this is glass infused nylon, I believe I read, which I have found to be a really nice, tough handle material. I mean, I'm not kidding. I work in a hot, dirty environment, okay? A lot of wear and tear happens on everything that I work with. And this is over a year old, and it's gone to work with me every day, and I use it every day, and by God, you cannot tell that knife is a year old. And that's saying something. If you used a tool as hard as I've used this, and at the end of a year it still looks brand new, you'd be impressed. So I am too. So look for sales. You could do a lot worse than a Kershaw 3/4 ton. Let me see, was there anything else? Oh yes, one thing about this, when I did the video I forgot to say something. Actually, I accidentally edited it out. This is black, obviously. Now I only use this one in the apartment. If I was going, I have other bandanas of all different colors. And if I was going to be outside and try to use this, I would use a much lighter color, because this black is going to absorb the sunlight and melt your ice faster. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I know you people probably have the sense to know that, but I just, I'm a person that believes in full disclosure, and I didn't fully disclose, and so like that. Oh, my hair's getting kind of shaggy. The only person on YouTube that has shorter hair than me is Tack at AOK Foraging and Adventures. But not always. She cuts her hair a lot, but by God, does it seem to grow fast. Actually, I had shaved this to my scalp. It was practically, I was almost shaved bald just about a month ago, and now I've got about half inch of hair, so my hair doesn't grow slow, I don't reckon. Tack at AOK Foraging Adventures. I'm gonna make a video reply to your video reply, and that's the video you'll see next on my channel. God bless, happy trails, and watch your top knot.